Julius, as at 2017, is a student from Malawi who is midway in his seminary training. He is grateful to have had this opportunity to experience the missions beforehand. Apart from his pastoral work, he teaches in the parish school. I accompany Julius on home visitations. On this day, he is visiting a polygamous family. The man of the house is long dead, but his two widows, Agostina and Lydia, and their children are living in harmony. The two widows together prepare the local beverage, popularly known as bukurutu, for sale the next day. Polygamy is a common practice in northern Nigeria, and yet missionaries have to care for them, especially the children. Elizabeth is the daughter of Agostina, and Anastasia is the daughter of Lydia. Elizabeth is a product of the parish school and currently helps out in the school library. Anastasia is in primary 6. Both of them sing in the parish choir.
Amen.
Amen.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. We visit another widow, Lynn, and her daughter, Mercy. They are both committed members of the church. We have nothing material to offer them, but our presence and prayer is much appreciated. Mercy's husband is a Yoruba man from the southwest of the country, and he is the station manager of Miya. Such inter-ethnic marriages may be Nigeria's only solution to the ethnic tensions that plague the country. I asked Julius what he has come to appreciate the most in the people of Nigeria.
The most great thing that I appreciate is how accommodative people are. We hear many things about northern Nigeria, maybe to talk about hostility of people because of the presence of the majority Muslims and maybe traditionalists. But ever since I came here, at least I've been, of course, be careful even in my talkings, but I've seen at the heart of the people, there's this sense of accommodating people who do not belong to their land. In particular, like myself, I'm from Malawi, but I stay with the people as if they are my own and as if I am their own. There's this sense of accommodating one another and also respect.
On our way to Sabor Miya outstation, we encounter a maze of small roads and we miss our way. Eventually, we arrive in the small church, which is attended mostly by one large family in the area. We know that with time, this community too shall grow. During the Mass, we get a surprise guest. The local pastor of the Church of Christ in Nations Church walks in with his wife. Father Vitalis is visibly very happy for this ecumenical moment and gives the couple a great welcome. In these remote parts of Nigeria, ecumenism and interfaith dialogue is more alive. Different Christian denominations, rather than compete for converts, cooperate and help one another. Every morning I am drawn to watch a tense standoff between the parish house dog and the parish school dog as they fight for control of the beautiful fresh lawn recently planted in front of the church in this semi-arid village. This morning, the house dog wins the contest and the school dog retreats. The house dog pursues its opponent as far away as possible. Permit me to use this rather crude example of nature to explain what can happen between rival faith groups as they evangelize side by side in the same area. Father Vitalis feels that interreligious dialogue among diverse evangelizers is always the best option.
Another very big aspect of ministry here that I think any missionary group would focus on in the northern part of Nigeria is around interreligious dialogue. And as you know very well, in this part of the country there has been a lot of interreligious conflict. And I suppose as church we have tried to find ways of trying to build bridges instead of walls. And we do that through our teaching, but also through organizing series of events that bring people of different faiths and denominations and groups together, be they Muslims or Christians of other faiths or Catholics or traditional African worshippers.
I am impressed that Father Vitalis, who comes from the far south of Nigeria like I do, has acquired good use of the Hausa language in a relatively short time. After having attended classes in the language, he still finds time every week to sit down with one of the parish staff, Ezekiel, who listens to and corrects his reading and his homilies.
Another challenge that I think any missionary would face is that the reality of having to learn a new language wherever you go. And when I arrived here, it was also a challenge. I had not even a word of Hausa, but I've had to do some work and to put in some energy into it. And I think it's a positive challenge because in the end, when you were able to grasp the language, life becomes much, much easier. And you find the people becoming even more comfortable with you, and you find it easier integrating into the general life of the people.
In spite of the many demands of missionary life, the landscape and simple life in these rural areas can be enjoyable.
Somehow, I think we are very blessed here in the sense that all over us we're surrounded by nature. Wherever you go, we've got mountains and hills. Every day I wake up to birds singing, and I go to sleep listening to them singing. Wherever you go around here, animals walk around freely, whether goats or cattle or chickens. As you may have observed, even sometimes we're even visited by snakes as they crawl into a compound. The point I'm trying to make is that, you know, the ambience here is that somehow allows you to be very close to nature. And I think that provides a very good space for inner reflection and prayer, which in a way helps a lot. In the midst of that isolation.
Vitalis and Julius nourish their spirits while they work in Miya by the means of common prayer.
Worthy is the Lamb that was slain to receive glory and honor. A reading from the letter of St. Paul to the Colossians.
At the very center of everything that we do here is prayer. And you asked me there about isolation, and I often feel that the energy and the strength that we get to be able to minister in a place like this is actually through prayer. And so prayer is at the very center of everything we do here. We begin our day with prayer, and we end it with prayer. So in a way that sort of provides a very big and powerful source where we can draw our strength from to do our work, but also a place where we can leave all our frustrations and our cares to the Lord and ask Him to take care of all that we do here. So I think without prayer, life would be much more difficult than it is in a place like this. Yeah.
Because they are writing exams, but I'll give my own on Friday.
Okay.
For 2 classes. Yeah.
Oh, they're already writing exams?
Yeah. The first test.
They also endeavor to create a healthy and supportive community life. One way is to share with each other their daily experiences.
Like to write those tests,
Yeah.
and then it's from second is when we start teaching.
That's very good.
Yeah, sure.
Missionaries in their lifetime can only mold blocks that someday will be used by future missionaries to build other structures. The St. Patrick's missionaries eventually arrived in Miya to build on earlier work done by past missionaries in Bauchi. Long after St. Patrick's missionaries have moved on in the future, others will certainly come and continue the good work.
Obama.